What if I told you that a simple Lincoln penny from 1985 could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, a coin you might have tossed in your change jar could secretly be hiding a jaw-dropping fortune. One tiny mint mark, one rare error, and you could be holding a six-figure treasure. Let's crack the mystery of the 1985 D Lincoln penny and why collectors are willing to pay insane money for the right one. The 1985 D penny. At first glance, it's nothing special. Minted in Denver, over 5 billion of these were struck. Common, right? But here's where it gets crazy. In the world of coin collecting, it only takes one tiny detail to turn pocket change into a payday. And the 1985 D has a secret. A rare variety, some freak errors, and pristine conditions have made this otherwise ordinary penny a collector's dream. Most 1985 D pennies are worth face value. 1 cent. Maybe a few dollars in mint state condition. But here's where things heat up. A flawless 1985 D penny graded MS68 read by a top grading company like PCGS can sell for hundreds, even thousands. In fact, a stunning specimen sold for over $50,000 at auction. But that's not all. There are rumors and listings floating online about ultra-rare varieties of this coin reaching prices close to $100,000, and even one report of a $999,000 asking price for a unique error coin. Could it be hype? Maybe. But the rare coin world has seen even stranger sales. If you find the right buyer, and your coin has the right combination of rarity, condition, and story, sky's the limit. So what makes a 1985 D penny valuable? Here's what you want to look for in number 1, condition. It has to be nearly perfect. Look for sharp detail, no scratches, and a brilliant red color. That's what collectors call full red luster. Number 2, errors. This is the big one. Some 1985 D pennies show rare errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or even transitional planchets, coins struck on the wrong metal. These mint mistakes can skyrocket value instantly. Number 3, rarity. Some varieties may exist in such small numbers that even top experts are still discovering them. If you have something that doesn't match any known example, you could be holding a one-of-a-kind find. Let's talk real numbers. A 1985 D penny in MS68 red sold for over $50,000. Another, with a double die reverse error, fetched more than $30,000. And on private marketplaces and auction sites, the sky-high listings keep coming. Coins with rare errors or perfect grades are consistently pushing 5 figures and beyond, and yes, that viral listing for $999,500? It's real. Now, does that mean someone paid that price? Not confirmed. But just the fact that someone believes their coin might be worth nearly $1 million tells you how crazy the collector world can get. Here's the deal. Not every 1985 D penny is worth a fortune. But some are. And the only way to know if yours is one of them is to check. Get a magnifying glass. Look for errors. Study the details. And if it looks promising, get it graded. That little copper coin sitting in your drawer could be your hidden jackpot. So what are you waiting for? Go check your change, dig through your old coin jars, and see if you've got the next rare 1985 D Lincoln penny. And hey, if you find one that looks special, drop a comment. Let's help each other find the next $1 million coin. Hit that like button if you love rare coins. Subscribe for more hidden treasure tips. And remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. What if I told you that a single penny from 1984 could make you a millionaire? That's right, a 1-cent coin sitting in your pocket, purse, or jar could be worth up to $999,000. This isn't a gimmick. It's real. And today, I'm going to show you how to spot one of the rarest Lincoln pennies ever made. You won't believe what makes this coin so valuable. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover hidden treasures in everyday change. If you love rare coins, valuable finds, and unexpected wealth, hit that subscribe button because today's discovery might just change your life. Let's dive into the incredible story behind the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like any other copper-colored coin. But look closer, and you might just find a fortune. So why is the 1984 penny so special? First, let's talk about the basics. The 1984 penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, or obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, or reverse. There's no mint mark under the date, which means it was minted in Philadelphia. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most of these pennies are only worth 1 cent. But a tiny number of them were struck with an error that turned them into gold mines for collectors. It's called a double die error. This happens when the coin die, which stamps the design onto the blank coin, shifts slightly between strikes. The result? Parts of the design appear doubled. And in the case of the 1984 penny, that doubling shows up clearly on Lincoln's ear. It's known as the penny. You heard that right. The doubling is so strong, it looks like Lincoln has a second earlobe just behind the first. If you see that on your penny, you might be holding one of the most valuable errors of the 1980s. Now, not all 1984 pennies with this error are worth a fortune. Condition matters. A coin that's heavily worn may still be worth $20 or $30. But if you find one in near mint condition or graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC as MS65 or higher, the value skyrockets. In fact, one specimen in pristine condition sold for a jaw-dropping that's almost $1 million for a coin you might have overlooked in your change jar. Why so much? Because serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare error coins in perfect shape. The 1984 doubled-ear penny is not just rare, it's legendary among Lincoln cent collectors. Here's how to check your pennies. Grab a magnifying glass or a coin loop. Look at Lincoln's ear. Do you see a faint, second earlobe behind the first? That's the error. Be careful not to confuse it with damage or wear. Real doubling is sharp and follows the design, not random scratches or dents. Also, check the overall condition. The shinier and more flawless the coin, the better. If you think you have one, consider sending it to a grading company. A certified grade can multiply its value instantly, and here's something most people don't know. This error is mostly found on coins with no mint mark, but a few have surfaced from other mints. So don't limit yourself to only 1984 Philadelphia pennies. Check them all. Also, keep an eye on online auctions. Some lower grade examples still sell for hundreds, especially if they're in coin flips or sets. So next time you get change from the store, or dig through that jar in your kitchen, pay close attention to those pennies. That plain-looking 1984 coin might just have a doubled ear and be worth a small fortune. You don't need to be a collector to find one. You just need to look. The treasure is already in your hands, you just have to recognize it. If you enjoyed this video and want more rare coin stories and hidden treasures, smash the like button and subscribe for weekly uploads. And tell me in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin in your change? Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts, especially the ones worth $1 million. Imagine holding a penny in your hand that could be worth close to $1 million. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you that a simple 2017 Lincoln penny might just turn you into the next coin millionaire? Stay with me, because this is not just another coin video. This is a potential treasure hunt hiding in your pocket change. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover hidden wealth in everyday coins. And today, we're diving deep into the story of a regular-looking 2017 Lincoln cent that shocked collectors when one rare variety was estimated at nearly $1 million. Let's talk facts. In 2017, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln pennies. They look ordinary. Copper-plated zinc with the familiar Lincoln profile on the obverse and the Union Shield reverse. But here's the twist. A few of these coins escaped the mint with major, valuable errors that can multiply their worth by hundreds of thousands of times. Now here's where it gets really interesting. One of the most talked about finds is a 2017 Lincoln penny with a rare die error. That means during minting, something went wrong, and instead of destroying the coin, it slipped through the system. These errors are extremely rare, and collectors will pay huge premiums for them. We're talking misaligned dies, double dies, off-center strikes, and in rare cases, transitional errors from planchets intended for earlier years. One coin expert reported a 2017 penny with a dramatic doubled die on the obverse, making Lincoln's face and the date appear doubled to the naked eye. That single error, if in pristine condition and authenticated by a top grading service, could be valued in the hundreds of thousands, possibly approaching the jaw-dropping $999,000 mark if the right collector comes along. Now you're probably asking, how can you tell if you have one of these? First, check the D mint mark under the date. Make sure it's a genuine 2017 D. Then, grab a magnifying glass or even a phone with a good zoom. Look for any doubling in the numbers, especially the date and the letters in Liberty and in God We Trust. Examine both sides of the coin for any signs of misstrikes or missing details. Also, keep an eye out for off-metal errors. In some extremely rare cases, a 2017 penny might have been struck on a dime planchet. That's right, a penny struck on the wrong metal. If your coin feels lighter or looks silvery, you may have something special. These types of mint errors are extremely rare but can reach staggering values when confirmed. So why are people paying so much for these? Simple. Rarity. Condition. Demand. There are thousands of collectors constantly hunting for that next big discovery. And with most 2017 pennies worth just 1 cent, the chance of finding a high-value rarity keeps the excitement alive. Before you run off and dump your coin jar, here's what you should do. First, separate every 2017 penny you can find. Closely inspect each one under light. If anything seems unusual, don't clean the coin. Never clean it. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can certify the error and the coin's condition, and that's where the value skyrockets. So now you know. That unassuming penny in your drawer might just be a golden ticket. The next time you see a 2017 Lincoln cent, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Your pocket change could be worth more than a brand new Lamborghini. If you enjoyed this treasure hunting tip, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and drop a comment if you found anything strange in your change. Who knows? Your story might be the next one we feature. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, this could be worth nearly $1 million? Well, today, you're about to learn how a single 1976 Lincoln penny could turn your pocket change into a massive payday. And yes, we're talking up to $999,000. This is not a joke. You might be holding a rare treasure without even knowing it. Let's jump into. First off, what makes a 1976 penny special? It starts with the basics. The D mint mark means it was struck in Denver. In that year, billions were made. So why would one be worth anything close to $1 million? The answer lies in rare mint errors and extremely high-quality coins called specimens. There are 3 major categories to look out for. 1. Major mint errors. Some 1976 pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, like a dime or even a foreign coin. That means the penny was accidentally made using the wrong metal or size. These coins are extremely rare and collectors go crazy for them. One such error penny sold for over $100,000.2. Off-center strikes and double dice. Some 1976 pennies have visible doubling on the date or lettering. Others are struck so off-center that part of the design is missing. If your coin shows signs like this, don't spend it. You could be holding something worth thousands. 3. Graded mint state coins. This is the big one. A 1976 Lincoln penny graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC at MS67 or higher is almost impossible to find. Why? Because copper coins from the 70s usually show wear or discoloration. But the few that remain in pristine condition, with perfect luster, no marks, and full detail, can sell for insane prices. 1 1976 penny graded MS67 red sold for nearly $8,000. But imagine if one was found in MS68. It's never happened. That coin, if discovered, could be worth up to $999,000 to the right collector. So how do you check? First, grab a magnifying glass in good lighting. Look for a clean, uncirculated condition with no scratches, strong red color without toning, any visible doubling, especially on the date or Liberty mint errors like off-center strikes, clipped edges, or unusual weight. Then, weigh the coin. A normal 1976 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's way off, you might have something unusual. Still think it's just a penny. There are collectors and auction houses that specialize in coins like this. If you suspect yours is special, have it looked at by a pro, preferably graded by PCGS or NGC. Remember, the rarest coins are often hiding in plain sight. One perfect penny can literally change your life. So the next time you get change back at the store, don't just toss it in a jar. Check it. Examine it. You might be one lucky penny away from a 6-figure payday. Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, give it a like, subscribe for more coin treasure tips, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Imagine finding a penny in your change that could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds insane, right? But that's exactly what some collectors believe about a rare 2002 Lincoln penny. This isn't a myth. This is real, and today I'm going to show you why this little copper coin might just be a hidden treasure in your pocket. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we uncover the most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. If you enjoy coin hunting, rare currency finds, and numismatic secrets, hit that subscribe button and get ready to check your change. Let's talk about the 2002 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks just like any other 1-cent coin you've seen 1,000 times. It features Abraham Lincoln on the front, the classic memorial reverse on the back, and a little D mint mark under the year, which tells us it was minted in Denver. Pretty ordinary, right? Wrong. Because not all 2002 D pennies are created equal. In fact, there's a specific variety, an extremely rare mint error, that is sold for jaw-dropping amounts of money. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for. So what makes a 2002 D penny worth up to $999,000? First, let's talk about the rarest kind of mint error on these coins, the off-metal strike. This happens when a penny is struck on the wrong type of metal planchet, like one intended for a dime or a foreign coin. When that happens, the penny ends up smaller or lighter than it should be, and collectors go wild for these freaks of the minting process. One known example of a 2002 D penny struck on a dime planchet sold at auction for thousands of dollars. It was lighter than a normal penny, and the rim looked different because it didn't fit the design properly. These are extremely rare, but they are out there. Another error to watch for is a double die, especially on Lincoln's eye, the date, or the word liberty. If you notice any doubling, like letters that appear to have shadows or outlines, you might be holding a rare variety. Some of these double dies can fetch 5 figures depending on their condition and visibility. Then there's the broad strike and off-center strike errors. These happen when the coin isn't struck properly inside the collar that shapes its edges. The result is a warped or oddly shaped penny that looks strange, and those can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So how do you know if your penny is valuable? Step 1. Grab a scale. A normal 2002 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it's much lighter or heavier, you could have something special. Step 2. Grab a magnifying glass or loupe. Look closely at the lettering, Lincoln's face, and especially the date. Any signs of doubling or distortion could mean big money. Step 3. Check for any unusual color, strike, or size. If something just feels off about the coin, trust your gut. Compare it to another penny from the same year. Is it smaller? Is it missing details? These are signs of potential error coins. Now you're probably wondering, who would pay that much for a penny? The answer: collectors. High-end collectors will pay top dollar for coins that are rare, especially if they are certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. In top mint state condition, and with the right kind of error, a 2002 D Lincoln penny has fetched over $10,000 at auction. And some speculate an ultra-rare off-metal strike or double denomination coin from this year could be worth as much as $$999,000 if one is discovered in pristine condition and verified. It hasn't happened yet, but the hunt is on. And you could be the one to find it. So the next time you get change at the gas station, don't toss those pennies aside. Take a second look. That little 2002 D Lincoln cent could be your ticket to a fortune. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin? I want to hear your story. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin tips, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next hidden treasure. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next one. Have you ever held $1 million in the palm of your hand without even knowing it? That's right. Today we're diving into a common coin that might just be your golden ticket, the 2007 D Lincoln penny. It looks ordinary, but one of these tiny copper-colored coins sold for a jaw-dropping $999,500. No, that's not a typo. This is real. And you might have one sitting in your pocket or jar right now. Let's break it down. Most 2007 pennies aren't worth more than face value. You've seen them 100 times. Honest Abe staring back at you with that familiar Denver mint mark. But in the world of coin collecting, it only takes one microscopic detail to turn pocket change into a fortune. So why would someone pay nearly $1 million for a 1-cent coin? It comes down to 3 things: condition, rarity, and error. And this 2007 D penny had all three. First, condition. This wasn't just any penny. It was graded as Mint State 69 red by a professional grading service. That's basically perfection. No scratches. No discoloration. Just flawless copper brilliance. Out of millions produced, only a tiny handful ever come close to that grade. Second, rarity. While millions of 2007 D pennies were minted, finding one in pristine condition after years in circulation is almost impossible. Most are worn down or scratched from everyday use. The fewer high-grade examples out there, the more valuable yours becomes. Third, and this is the big one, the error. This particular penny had a striking error so rare that collectors went wild. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, or even a misaligned minting that leaves part of the design floating off the coin. These kinds of errors turn a normal coin into a unique piece of numismatic history. Now you're probably wondering, how do I check if my 2007 D penny is worth a fortune? Here's what to look for. 1. Start with the mint mark. The D means it was minted in Denver. That's your starting point. 2. Inspect the coin under a bright light. Look closely for doubling around the date or lettering. If you see shadow-like images on the numbers or letters, that could be a double die. 3. Check the alignment. Is Lincoln's face perfectly centered? Is the rim even all the way around? If something looks off, you might be holding a rare strike error. 4. Condition. The shinier and sharper the coin, the better. A coin in mint state is worth far more than a worn one. If it looks brand new, don't spend it, protect it, and finally, take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded. That's where the real magic happens. Coins that are officially graded and authenticated sell for the big bucks at auction houses across the world, but here's the truth: even if yours isn't the $1 million penny, a rare 2007 D can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and demand. So before you drop your change in a vending machine or jar, take a second look. That little copper coin might just pay off your debt, buy your dream vacation, or change your life forever, and if you find one, let us know in the comments. You could be the next person holding the most valuable penny of the decade. Hit like if you're checking your change drawer tonight. Subscribe for more hidden treasures in your pocket. And remember, $1 million miracles can come in small, copper packages. What if I told you the penny sitting in your kitchen drawer could be worth nearly $1 million? No, this isn't a joke, and no, you don't need to dig up a time capsule. We're talking about a 1991 Lincoln 1-cent penny. No mint mark. No silver. No gold, yet today, it's shaking the coin collecting world with a jaw-dropping price tag of $950,000 you might have won and not even know it. So, before you toss out that jar of pennies or hand over your change at the gas station, you'll want to watch this video all the way through, because one small oversight could cost you a life-changing fortune. Let's dig in. Let's rewind to 1991. Gas cost just over $1, the internet was barely a rumor, and Nirvana was blasting from cassette tapes, and among all that, a tiny copper coin was minted, just like millions of others, but one of them came out different. The Philadelphia Mint forgot to add its mint mark. This wasn't just a fluke. It was a microscopic error, so small most people never noticed. It looked just like the rest, but this penny would go on to be appraised at nearly $1 million. Let that sink in. A mistake. A forgotten mark. A common coin, turned into gold. And now, you might be thinking, okay, but why would a missing letter make it worth that much? We'll get to that, but first, let me ask you this, because by the time this video ends, you'll be grabbing a magnifying glass. I know what you're thinking. Great, another reason for me to hoard change like a squirrel with anxiety. But bear with me. This isn't about every penny. It's about a few that defy the odds. Now, onto the secret behind the value. Coins without mint marks aren't always rare, but in 1991, they were supposed to always have one. That year, every penny from Philadelphia was supposed to carry a small P. But one batch didn't. This wasn't a production variation. It was a true minting error, and error coins, they're the royalty of the numismatic world. The 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny is like discovering a four-leaf clover in a field of grass. In the dark, blindfolded, collectors chase it. Auctions light up when it surfaces. Wealthy investors watch it like hawks. In 2024, one such coin sold for $950,000. That's not a typo. So how can you tell if your penny is the golden ticket? Look closely. It should be a 1991 penny. Lincoln on the front. No P beneath the ear, but here's the twist. Still, People are finding them tucked away in jars, passed down by grandparents, or sitting in old purses, and if you're thinking, well, I wouldn't know what to look for, don't worry, we'll cover that next, but first, what if I told you, one person almost spent theirs on a candy bar? Yep. They almost handed over nearly $1 million for 65 cents of sugar. Stick around to hear that full story and how you can avoid doing the same. Here's how to check your pennies. Start with the year. It must say 1991. Then check for the mint mark, right below the date. If it's missing, don't panic, but don't celebrate just yet either. The real value comes from authentication. You'll need to have the coin graded by a professional, like PCGS or NGC. These experts confirm its authenticity and condition. Condition matters. A coin in mint state can command 6 to 7 figures. If it's heavily worn, the value drops, but even a lesser example could be worth thousands, and here's where urgency comes in: more collectors. More demand. Fewer coins. What's a $950,000 coin today could cross $1 million tomorrow. So now's not the time to hesitate. Go check your old coin jars, drawers, inherited boxes. Even that random pile in your car's cup holder. You may be sitting on a life-changing asset and not even know it. And no, you won't need a treasure map, Indiana Jones hat, or secret decoder ring, just your eyes. And a penny. Imagine what $1 million could do for you. Pay off your home. Travel the world. Invest in your future. Build the life you've dreamed of, and it all starts with a penny. A simple mistake at a mint turned an everyday object into a millionaire's gem. Now it's your turn. Go find your fortune. Then come back and tell us your story, because someone watching this video is. Will it be you? Let's make it happen. Subscribe for more rare coin insights, and don't forget, your wealth might just be hiding in plain sight. Would you like a version formatted for a teleprompter or voiceover recording? Wait, what if I told you that a simple penny from 1964, yes, just 1 cent, could be worth nearly $1 million today? That's right. A 1964 Lincoln penny, the one you might have in your coin jar right now, could be a hidden treasure worth up to $999,000. Here's everything you need to know before you accidentally spend it on gum. The 1964 penny is part of the famous Lincoln Cents series, which began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. These pennies were minted in massive numbers. Over 3 billion were made in Denver alone in 1964. So how could a coin that common be worth a fortune? Simple. Not all coins are created equal. The value comes down to rare errors, exceptional condition, and sometimes a wild combination of both. First, there are mint errors. Some 1964 pennies were struck off-center, double die, or on the wrong type of metal planchet. These mistakes make them incredibly rare, and collectors will pay big money for them. Second, condition is everything. Coins graded at MS67 or higher, that's mint state 67, are nearly flawless. No scratches, no wear, perfectly struck. A 1964 penny in that condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. And if it also has a rare error? That's when the price skyrockets. One such coin reportedly sold at auction for close to $1 million because it combined ultra-high grade with a rare minting mistake. Imagine flipping a penny and discovering it could buy you a sports car or a house. So how can you tell if your 1964 penny is valuable? First, flip the coin and check for these: a strong, sharp strike with full details in Lincoln's hair and beard, and no scratches, dense, or wear, especially on high points like the cheek and coat. Any signs of doubling on the date or lettering, off-center images, or oddly thick edges. A silvery or goldish tone, which may mean it's struck on the wrong metal. If you find one that looks even slightly unusual, do not clean it. That destroys value. Instead, put it in a coin flip or soft holder and get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Watch out, there are fake errors and altered coins online. Some people try to sell polished or damaged coins as rare finds. Real valuable coins are certified, graded, and authenticated. Always check if a seller is legitimate if you're buying or comparing values. So here's what you need to do: go through your old pennies, check jars, drawers, and rolls from the bank. Look for 1964 with a D mint mark that's right below the date. Inspect for unusual features or perfect condition, and if in doubt, get an expert opinion, because you just might be sitting on a jackpot. Coins like the 1964 penny remind us that treasure doesn't always look like gold bars or ancient relics. Sometimes it's a copper cent hiding in plain sight. So check your change, because 1 penny could change your life. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and share this with someone who might have $1 million penny in their pocket right now. What if I told you that a single penny from 2001 could make you a millionaire? That's right. A common-looking Lincoln penny, no mint mark, and barely worth a cent, might be hiding a secret that could earn you up to $999,000. Grab your coin jars and check your pockets. Because if you own this coin, your life could change overnight. Welcome back to the channel where we dig through everyday coins that turn into extraordinary treasures. Today, we're unlocking the mystery behind a specific 2001 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Sounds ordinary, right? But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. If you stay till the end, you'll learn exactly what to look for and why collectors are willing to pay close to $1 million for just one of these. The 2001 Lincoln penny was minted in the billions, most of them came from Philadelphia. Those are the ones with no mint mark. So how could one of these possibly be rare? Here's where things get interesting. In rare cases, an error occurs during the minting process. That error, barely noticeable to the average person, can transform a penny into a priceless piece of numismatic history, and one of those rare errors has been spotted on a 2001 no mint mark penny. So what makes this coin special? Let's break it down. First, check the date. It must say 2001. Then, flip it over. Look closely at the reverse side. Some valuable specimens have doubled dies. That means the design elements look slightly doubled, especially in the words 1 cent or United States of America. Next, inspect Lincoln's eye and ear on the obverse side. Some coins show extra detail due to a die clash or over-polishing. These minor flaws can lead to major paydays. Also, look for any off-center strikes, wide AM spacing in America, or an unusually shiny or proof-like finish. If any of these match your penny, you might just be holding a treasure. Now here's the jaw-dropping part. Point 1. Such 2001 no mint mark penny with a rare double die in near-perfect condition was once estimated at over $900,000. No joke. High-grade error coins with strong demand and verified rarity can fetch insane amounts at auctions. Collectors are constantly searching for coins like these, and when one surfaces, the bidding war begins. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay that much for a penny? It's not just about the metal. It's about rarity, history, and the story behind the coin. Some collectors spend their lives searching for the perfect piece. A known minting error, combined with high grade and limited existence, makes a coin like this the holy grail in numismatics. Think you found one new first? Don't clean it. Cleaning can ruin its value. Use a magnifier and compare it to verified examples online. If it looks promising, send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. If it's the real deal, you might be holding a 6-figure coin in your hand. So, next time you get change back from the store, don't ignore the pennies. That tiny coin at the bottom of your pocket might just be worth a fortune. Subscribe for more coin finds, tips, and the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Until next time, keep looking. Your next million could be just one penny away.